After spending 8 years with Paris Saint-Germain, Thiago Silva decided not to renew his contract at Parcdes Princes and joined English Premier League free spenders Chelsea. At the age of 35, the move represents the Brazilian's last big journey in European football. Silva arrived in Italy at the age of 25, where he signed for AC Milan. After guiding the San Siro Giants to several league titles, the Brazil international, alongside teammate Zlatan Ibrahimovic, signed up for PSG at a time when the French Giants were embarking on a project to make the team a true force in European football. The arrival of Silva was crucial to everything PSG would go on to achieve in the next 8 years. The Parisians would go on to achieve unprecedented success in French football, helping themselves to Ligue 1 crowns on several occasions, while also shaking up the traditional order to things in European football. While he did suffer heartbreak after heartbreak in Champions League football, Thiago Silva arrived in Paris with the reputation of being the best defender of his time and left the club with the same reputation intact. The Brazilian oozed with class, was confident on the ball, was a dominant defender, an intelligent reader of the game, and was a true leader. Not many players achieved so many plaudits during their career, but Silva's talent was such that he was the pride and envy of many in his industry. Brazilian legend Ronaldo once said that Thiago Silva was the second coming of legendary German defender Franz Beckenbauer. However, the high praise did not end here. When it comes to the greatest defender to have ever represented AC Milan, no one can come close to the legendary Franco Baresi. The legend himself admitted that Silva was perhaps the closest resemblance to his qualities on the pitch. In a time where the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Sergio Ramos and Giorgio Chiellini are heralded as the greatest defenders in the game, we conveniently forget about Thiago Silva. And perhaps we do that only because the Brazilian has no parallels in the current game. The veteran defender was at the peak of his powers when he decided to join PSG rather than some other illustrious club. However, that does not understate Silva's ability or greatness. Il Monstro, as he's often called, is one of the most intelligent defenders you'll ever come across. His great pace allows him to avoid being exploited by the best forwards around, while his aerial ability ensures that he's not dominated by the most physical of forwards in the game. Silva is definitely the whole package. He's physical, a strong reader of the game, is phenomenally good at intercepting and tackling, has a great range of passing, and can distribute the ball evenly. However, it's his concentration that really makes him stand apart. A few years ago, during a Champions League encounter against Barcelona, at a time when Carlo Ancelotti was the PSG manager, Silva was at his best. He single-handedly kept the likes of Messi, Xavi, and Andres Iniesta quiet for 90 minutes. Even though Barca did manage to score 2 away goals, those weren't the Brazilians' fault. At his peak, Silva was standing toe-to-toe with the likes of Gerard Piqué, Sergio Ramos, and Mats Hummels. However, all three men never possessed the unique blend of attributes that the Brazilian boasts. There are many out there who compare Thiago Silva with Milan legend Paolo Maldini. Indeed, these comparisons are not far-fetched. Just like Maldini, Silva chooses to play it safe and ensure the team's safety in the simplest of ways. The now former PSG captain seems to always tend to escape from the rather glamorous trappings that come with the attributes that he has. And this is what makes him a great defender. Silva would rarely overdo things to look good on the highlight reel. He'll never take an extra touch just to showcase his composure. Now at Chelsea, there are many who feel that Silva's star is waning. Indeed, at his age, we cannot expect him to be playing week in, week out, but based on his last season at PSG, Thiago Silva might be a useful addition to a young squad. PSG like to build from the back, and for 8 years, Silva was the focal point of this philosophy. The Brazilian's passing ability allows him to pick out one of the 2 midfielders. Based on the sort of opposition he's facing, Thiago Silva can also improvise his passes, thanks to his great distribution. If he sees that the midfield is being pressed, he'll look for a winger who's willing to come a little deeper to receive the pass. And if that's not working out either, the Brazilian will then decide to carry the ball forward himself in a bid to create more space for those ahead of him. This attribute clearly means that Silva is a great reader of the game and understands passages of play very well. This allows him to make the right decisions. At Chelsea, Frank Lampard has finally got pretty much all the quality players he needs, with a move for Bayer Leverkusen starlet Kai Havertz expected to be finalised soon. The presence of Thiago Silva will have a huge impact on how the team plays. The Brazilian, thanks to his passing ability and good vision, will be able to quickly bring the team's creative players into the mix quickly, so transition from defence to attack would be a treat to watch. With options such as Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, Jorginho and quite possibly Havertz, Silva will have teammates who love running into channels and make runs between the lines. Last season, Thiago Silva averaged 78.57 passes per 90 minutes and boasted a pass completion rate of 95.72%, which was the best among all centre-backs in Ligue 1 last season. However, talking about his passing attributes doesn't even cover the entire skill set that he has. Last season, Silva averaged 11.81 progressive passes per 90 minutes and boasted an 89.1% completion rate on such passes. It's clear that the Brazilian is devastating when it comes to causing havoc between the lines and finding teammates who are placed higher up the pitch. There will be times in the Premier League when Chelsea's attack-minded players will be looking to make darting runs into opposition territory. During many of those instances, the likes of Jorginho and Mason Mount will be expected to play long diagonal passes and switch every now and then. With Silva on board, there would be another person who knows how to exploit an opponent's weak side by playing accurate long balls across the field and catching out the flanks, where the opposition might be outnumbered. While Chelsea have invested heavily in attacking players, the team's defence is in dire need of a leader at the back, and this is where Thiago Silva is expected to make the real difference. The Brazilian is a true commander in defence, leading from the front and never allowing those around him to lower their defences. Silva does not mind taking up extra responsibility on the pitch, and thanks to his amazing concentration and strong reading, he's able to snuff out chances before they even develop. Averaging 11.38 recoveries per 90 minutes in Ligue 1 last season, Silva would definitely help bring more stability to a rather young Chelsea defence that's prone to the odd error or two. This is why Lampard was so keen on bringing him to Stamford Bridge. His calmness on the pitch is another reason why Silva will help younger defenders such as Kurt Zouma and Fikayo Tomori improve their performances. Silva also has great spatial awareness, which allows him to rack up recoveries in every game. The Brazilian is great at counter-pressing and tackling, which helps him stay dominant on the pitch. However, the Premier League will be a different ballgame, and the veteran centre-back will have to increase his average of 5 interceptions per 90 minutes if he is to truly make his mark on what we expect to be a relatively short stay in London. When it comes to 1v1 situations, Silva can more than hold his own due to his intelligence and experience. While his speed and physicality will be naturally declining due to his age, Silva makes up for it with his intelligence. The Brazilian loves one-on-one duels and absolutely thrives in such situations. In the Premier League, he'll definitely get loads of opportunities to showcase what the league has been missing out on in recent years. PSG play in a way that they will try to capitalise on the speed they have down the flanks. This allows Silva to move further up the pitch to keep up with the counter-attack, thus allowing the shape to remain compact and the defensive shape reactive when needed. This is exactly what the Chelsea defence might be doing during the upcoming season, and having a player like Silva on the pitch will help with it a lot. All things considered, Thiago Silva might not be getting any younger, but he's still one of the best defenders around. At the age of 35, he might not be giving you a lot of minutes on the pitch, but whenever the opportunity comes, he will do well and make a solid contribution. Chelsea might have signed a veteran defender, but a very good defender at that, and we can't wait to see him bring his A-game to England. Want to know how we never miss a match? With Fubo TV, you can stream any game, anytime, anywhere. Use our link in the description to start for free and watch your favourite teams live.